For once! This happens like once every 3 months, so get used to it. When last we left our intrepid adventurers, I forget what the fuck we were doing because it was like 2 weeks ago.
That is a
Y'all
problem.
went to a library.
We did.
And I found a magic book.
In a dwarven city.
We are, yes.
Oh, I dropped my sword off.
You did. You dropped your sword off to get work done so that it looks like a
Mhm.
sword and not just a hunk of metal.
Mhm.
You...
The guy only made fun of you, kind of.
Oh, well, you know, bulk can take a little ribbing.
Let's see. What else had happened? We had... you guys went to the library. You met Haxel, who is the, what looks to be either, lizard folk or dragonborn, sorcerer who runs this place, or maybe wizard, I don't know, magic of some sort, because he was flying around. You guys managed to write some notes on the cube itself.
Bathroom wall. Oh.
We also snuck some notes about something else.
Yes. You wrote notes on, I believe,
The blueprint that the other
flash
people wanted.
pan blueprint, yes.
Yeah.
Which I was fully expecting Ginger, I was expecting Amelia to fail on that, and she managed to get an 11. So, she did all right.
Oh, guys, Snoodle's here.
Snoodle!
Noodle!
Oh no, Snoodle. Oh no. Ginger has started it.
I did.
But yes. So that's where we had left off. And I wanted to give end us there partially because it was close to 10 o'clock and partially because Ginger was missing and I wanted her to have a chance to ask any questions to Haxel before we left. Ginger was
Is it because
missing,
we're dumb? And she's the smart one.
Oh, for anybody who's curious, we are also live on YouTube right now.
Hey.
Is anybody monitoring that?
I am.
I am. I just
Okay.
opened it.
I
was
heard
gonna
my
be
voice
pulling my
again
phone up.
for a second. It was very confused. But also, yeah, apologies if it comes through a little shitty on YouTube because it doesn't like my bitrate, which I don't know how to increase. So
Seems to be fine.
Yeah.
What's this about your bit rate?
I don't know. I have a bitrate of like 28 kbps. I don't know what that even means, but
Hey, Bips.
yeah, 2800 kbps, and it's like, hey, we recommend like 6800, and I'm like, cool.
That'd be like kilobytes per second, sir.
Yeah, I don't have that, so every now and then, YouTube will be like, hey, your bitrate seems a bit low there, buddy. We recommend a higher bitrate, and I'm like, cool. Tell me how to fix it. But it should.
What you want to do is you want to increase the amount of bits.
Oh, all
In your
right.
range.
So
Yeah.
then, Noodle, what you gotta do is send us lots of bits. That's apparently how this works.
Lord almighty.
Hi, Noodle. Orc says hello. I mean, Noodle says hello, Orc.
Hi, Noodle.
There you go.
So as far as questions go for Aurelia, did we do any investigation on the cube?
So that was part of what the book has was I think it had notes on the cube itself.
Yeah, so the notes I wrote down is that if we hit 3 buttons on it, we can activate its alternate core. And the guy who made it has an item in the treasury, and he left notes about the cube. And then I also wrote something about snow elves and something other type of elves. Those were my notes.
Snow elves.
Okay, so I need that a little, not all at once. Um, so
Low down.
the
Is
hit now.
this better?
I'm gonna come through. You're not that far away from me right now, Obami. Don't make me come over there.
Do it.
I
I'll bake cookies.
I imagine that this is all canon and happening in the library right now.
Um,
Well, come
so
here first. I'll drive the
you
rest of the way.
said you touch 3 buttons and touch an alternate core.
It activates an alternate core.
What's this core do?
Which is
So
It allows it to do additional things.
What kind of things? What does it do in the first place?
Things
so
and stuff. Stuff and things.
I can post it in chat. Hold on.
So it wasn't that it does additional things, it's that it would activate an extra power core within it that would increase the number of charges available.
So extra things. I think that I had that right.
You had it most of the way right, which is for you very impressive.
10 out of 10.
Will that let me post it? Yes, no.
Don't
Camera,
know.
camera.
Again, so what does this thing do?
We're trying to post. There it is. It's that giant mole of text.
It's extensive.
It basically is a
cube.
cube that makes barriers.
And
Evil
yes,
force.
depending on the things that you hit, it'll do different effects, but it's all like shield based, basically.
Yeah, so you've got normally the cube has, I believe, 36 charges, something like that. And depending on the button, it increases the number of charges. So a 1 does 1 charge, and it blocks all wind, fog, and gases. 2, non-living
Boy,
matter
that
can't pass
description
through.
bar above those descriptions broke my brain for a second.
yeah, it's
Bacha Ridge Effectus.
So did
Two.
anything that we read increase the space or amount of time that it will last?
So it didn't specify that it increases the time that it can last. It increases the number of charges that it contains, which basically means you would still have to press the button for every minute, but you could do it for more minutes. So possibly, like, say, an hour, or, who knows? It didn't specify exactly which buttons to press.
That's what the note in the treasury is about with one of the elves, right? There's like some more information on the cube or something?
He said, I said the thing about the snow elves at the very end and was like, wait, that's something that Ginger would be interested in. Maybe I'll wait for next time. But yeah, I believe he said that the snow elves would have more information on any of Melchior's Jesus, okay.
Forgot to put music on.
Any of Melchior's artifact locations or things of that nature.
Right.
And
what was in the treasury?
in the treasury was possibly I believe either God, I'm trying to remember last week and I'm having trouble with it, but I believe it was like some either more specifications on the cube, or it was another artifact of Melchior. I don't remember the shit that I had said with words coming out of my mouth.
Don't expect
as
me to
the-
know what I did in my world.
in the world where I make up absolutely everything. I'm gonna executive decisions say that it was more details on it, because I don't think I can come up with an extra artifact on the fly. So we're gonna go with that.
And the
Lame.
treasury is back where the king is.
The treasury would be back in I do think he specified that it was the treasury of the Canids, of the Canid Empire.
So yes, back where the king is.
Yes, back where the king is.
Okay.
And he had said, yeah, the snow elves might have more information on it.
And do we know anything about snow elves?
That was where we had stopped, because I was like, cool, you would want to know about that. So I ended it there. We didn't go into snow elves. If you want to question Haxel about snow elves, now might be the time.
Cool. So, yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of snow elves. What? Oh,
Wait, hang on. So you don't know about you?
I'm not a snow elf.
That's what we used to call you. It has been a while. I haven't left the library in a while, but we used to call you snow elves when you're all, pale, white as the snow, very pale hair. The eyes kind of didn't help with the snow thing, but maybe snowman kind of things with coal eyes. I don't know, but we called you snow elves for like the longest time.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, no. We don't call ourselves snow elves.
What do you call yourselves now?
I don't think a pallid elf. Pallid
That
means
sounds
pale.
gross, though. I like snow elf
I'm a
better.
little offended.
No, not like that. Just like pallid or snow. Snow's a better. It just feels nicer than calling someone pallid. And sounds like an insult. I wouldn't want to insult you. I'd call you a snow elf because you give off the essence of snow, not the essence of pallid, of sickly, of ugh. No, that's rude.
I think you just insulted her by saying that, dude.
Well, a little bit.
I mean, I wasn't trying to. It's just, listen, words are supposed to mean something, and pallid means something much different from snow. Like, you used to come from the north. You were the color of snow. That's what happened.
I'm still from the north.
From from the. Hang on, and he pauses for a second, and he gets out a map that is older than you guys have ever seen. It still looks to be in good condition, but he pulls it out, and he's like, so like right about here, and you see some roads leading north of Ulare that don't exist anymore. Where it marks a town that has the little symbol that you saw in the extra crest that you had seen in the tomb, in the not tomb, what the fuck, crypt.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Sir, I hope you don't mind me asking this because I'm sure you look great for your age. But how old are you?
Oh, pretty young, you know. Still pretty spry. 1800, you know. Yeah, that got you, Jin. Man, I wish we could see your face, cause
I was just trying not to laugh louder.
oh, but it would have been
Yes,
great.
yes, yes, but you know, family. So. Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no. Not too many of us bumping around.
Yes, and this is a
How
dwarf,
long have
right?
I'm sorry, what?
This is a dwarf.
Oh no, this is a dragonborn or a lizard person. You can't. It's kind of hard to
Oh,
tell.
okay.
It's either a
Gotcha,
very
lizard.
skinny dragonborn or, you know, a very gold-colored lizard person.
Yes, you do certainly look very spry. I'm sure.
Thank you.
Are your parents still around? Is your
Um,
family still around?
I mean, there's not too many of us left at this point. We're kind of, you know, running around kind of all over. I don't know. I don't know where everyone else really is. I don't know if you noticed, I kind of like books. I don't like being in here. I don't like going out to places and doing things. It's awkward and I don't like it.
Yeah, books are pretty great. So, do you have any paper? I would love to make a copy of this map.
Oh,
And
yeah.
do you have any history books about snow elves and or about your people? Because I'm curious about both.
I have. I'll see what I have and get back to you. Because I know I have some things, but I don't have absolutely everything. And you see he, like, zips off, kind of curious about what he even has to answer your question with. So you see him flying around, and as he's flying around, I need everyone to give me a perception check.
Okay.
I try and name of this fucking. All right.
First row is always a low one.
Oof, man. All right, so Varys is a little distracted
a
by.
nice town.
Yeah.
Nice library.
You see, Varys, I'm not gonna say you don't perceive anything, but you get distracted by the silvery strands that seem to be floating in the air surrounding the library. Elin, you notice the sound of the door behind you guys opening as three dwarves walk in, one of whom looks a little better dressed than the other two. He's wearing some sort of fancy robes. He has a staff with him. He comes up to you guys and he's like, I heard we had visitors, that were from, the kingdom. Why are you in our library? And why didn't you come to the council building?
Because
If
this
you
is where
are
the books all made.
right, well, why didn't you come to
You
the?
have books in your council building.
No, we at the council give you permission to enter the library. You don't just
Bro,
walk
we're
in
already here.
yourselves.
We absolutely did.
If you're emissaries from another country, you're supposed to check with the authorities before you go into their cultural buildings like their library.
Is there like a pamphlet? Because like, I didn't get that.
You're supposed to be emissaries of the king. I would expect this to be common knowledge for you.
See, we're not. It's not that we're emissary. As first emissary. Anyway, we don't do that. We're just kind of
Mercenaries.
Yeah, that's a better word for it. We get hired to go do
No.
the murdering of the things causing the problems.
So,
No.
So
We're
hang
not
on.
Problem solved.
mercenaries.
so when
We're part
you
of-
when you said at the gate that you were emissaries of the kingdom, you were lying, is what you're telling me.
I don't remember using the word emissaries. Did we use the word
Right,
emissaries?
hold on. Hold on. What were you saying, really?
I was just saying, well, we're not mercenaries. We're guild members, and then the king sent us here on a task. The king gave us a note to come in here and try and get some more information. The king didn't tell us we needed to first visit the council. The front gate didn't tell us to go to the council first. So really, you should be upset with your guard members and not us. This is the first emissary type mission that we've had. So it's not on us. It's more on them.
Right, like, do I look like a diplomat? Does it look like I would
You
be
look like you could be the
rubbing
bodyguard of a
elbows.
diplomat.
Nobody-
Then
they
why would I be
escorted
talking to
us
you?
to the council chambers? But they didn't. They just said, "Okay, goodbye. Have fun. Enjoy the city."
Yes.
Yeah, nobody
But
gave
she's
us
like
like
the
emissary
smart one.
missions 101 or emissaries for dummies or diplomatic missions. This is your first time, the guidebook.
If you recall, there was like a big explosion, and we've kind of been sent to figure out what's going on. Nobody really trained us in proper etiquette, mate.
But if you would like us to come talk to the council, we're happy to.
Right, yeah,
Well,
it's not
I
a problem.
lead
We
the
just didn't
way.
know what to do.
Right. I'm this is there's going to be words said. I'm not going to say you're in the wrong. I'm just going to be upset at somebody who is somewhere else. And
But
you are
they-
going to hear it. That is what's
know,
about to
I-
happen.
Well,
I just
I
need
think
you
that
to
it's
know
all-
this.
I think instead of arguing about this, we could really just all smooth this over, really easily by saying, hey, yeah, people fuck up and move on.
Yes, they do. We just need to know who fucked up so we know who to fire. Because
Well,
they
It's
I
not-
don't-
the
but,
king,
like-
the king got real crazy, and I wiped him in the head with my sword,
no.
and then he sent us here.
Mm,
I don't think
So
you're supposed
probably
to
the
tell him
king. Blame him.
You're not supposed to tell him the king got crazy, man.
I'm not talking about His Majesty. I'm more concerned with our guards at the entrance to the city.
Oh man, you shouldn't fire any of them. They're super nice.
Yeah, they let
There's
us,
probably-
they let
we
us right
probably-
in.
They're just doing their job.
Let
I
us
mean, they
right in,
checked
yeah.
all our papers and
That
asked us
might
all the
be
prerequisite questions and
To be fair, we didn't exactly introduce ourselves as I and mighty emissaries for the king on important official business.
we did
We
not.
just like,
We kind of
I'm,
did.
I'm going to come out for a
Actually.
second because you 100% did.
We kind of
I know,
did.
I'm lying.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you're lying and you're not just like this happened
No, I
3
know I'm
weeks
lying.
ago and I forgot. Okay.
And Aurelius is trying to correct your lie.
Oh, great.
immediately. Because I would not have understood that's what you were trying to do. No, we did. That's definitely what we told them.
So you can see where the slight issue is with you saying
I
you're
think
emissaries.
I think it was just a misunderstanding, mate. Let's just move on and leave the guys that are doing perfectly fine jobs employed.
They probably assumed that we knew what we were doing, and we did not really ask
Mhm.
directions from them because we figured that they wouldn't know. So, like,
I mean, like, you're not from the Dwarven Department of Efficiency or something where you need to make job cuts or something, right? So, like,
No.
you can just let them have their jobs, man. They didn't fuck up. Maybe we were unclear, or maybe we just look professional enough to act like we know what we're doing.
The Dwarven Organization of Gate Guard Efficiency.
I appreciate your attempt to
I feel like this is more like a lesson, an opportunity for a
Yeah,
lesson.
a teaching moment.
It could very much be a teaching moment. We just need to know who to teach. Did you get their names? Did you
Well,
get their
Biggs and
clan?
Wedge.
I think the one guy was named Freely, RP Freely. And the other guy, I think his name was something like Sax, like Ari Sax. Yeah.
You
was the
are
names.
hilarious, sir. But
I
that
think was it Bob and the one that was really quiet. Was his name Jay?
The fat one.
really, because I know Bob as the silent one, but that
Right. I think I got him confused. Yeah.
Right, the fat one was the quiet one, Aurelia. The little skinny guy could run his mouth the whole time.
oh, I hate everything about this. All right.
No, you don't.
No, I don't, but at the same time,
Eventually, he's going to give up.
Eventually, so he's gonna be like, look, I at least need you to come and see the council at least
Right, sure, no problem.
momentarily.
Yeah, let's go. Just lead the way, mate. We don't have a problem coming to see your council. We just didn't know that's what we were supposed to do. I'm not particularly educated.
Happy to.
Are we supposed to bring anything? Do we need to bring snacks, hors d'oeuvres?
Right, should we stop by like a bakery?
We're gonna go.
Get some donuts.
We're literally going across the square.
Should we stop at
We're-
Ye Old Panera and bring
We're
something?
going across the square
Oh,
to the bit.
So we don't have time for a broccoli cheddar cheese and a bread bowl.
I think there's always time for
Oh.
bread bowls.
I'm
Wait, does this town have bread bowls?
We know about bread bowls from Pupperduke. We know. We just don't have them here.
Why don't you have the bread bowls?
what
don't
was
know
the
if
name
you
of the lizard dude that flew off?
Haxel.
Haxel. Can I leave a note for Haxel? We'll be back.
Yes, you can.
Hugs and kisses, Aurelia.
Can I put a s'more next to it?
Oh man. All right.
I'm gonna put a little note that says toast when ready. Assuming he knows how to make his own fire.
Yeah, I think I'd just say, we'll be back visiting the council. Hugs and kisses, Aurelia. P.S. Here's a s'more.
Hugs
Toast
and
with-
kisses.
Yeah, hugs and kisses.
Excellent,
Yes.
man.
This is a s'more. Toast prior to eating.
A pre-toasted s'more. Just a
Okay.
pile of graham crackers, marshmallows, and chocolate.
It's a pre-toasted s'more. When he gets back, it's just a note smeared with marshmallow goo and...
Oh god.
Right, so let's go talk to these old codgers.
All right. As you're doing this, let me just see for a second.
Oi, what are you doing on my page?
I am looking for your passive perception because I don't.
It's like 15. Hold on.
How dare you stalk a lady's passive perception?
Sure, that's totally what's happening here.
Private business.
That's some weird innuendo.
That feels odd.
Excuse me, sir. Keep your eyes out of my passive perception. Are you looking at my passive perception? My eyes are up here.
I'm pretty sure It's something like what your actual number is minus like 2 or 3 or something, minus your proficiency, maybe. I don't remember.
Hold on.
Because this particular sheet doesn't have it because it's stupid.
I like this sheet.
I like the sheet a lot. I just can't find your passive perception and it annoys me.
Probably because it's 10 plus perception modifier
10
plus
plus your...
any proficiency bonus.
Oh, 10
Oh,
plus.
10 plus mod plus proficiency.
Alright, so yours is like 18
So mine
or
would
some
actually
shit.
be 18.
Yeah. Alright, so instead of less, it is more. Got it. Then yeah, you notice as you are writing, the one of the dwarves kind of tries to sneak up to you and peek a look over your shoulder at at what you're writing, and as he's doing so, he's trying to sneak his hand into your bag where
Your
you still
passive
have a
perception.
couple of papers sticking out.
Uh-huh. So I swing back and I just do the mom smack of the hand.
He withdraws his hand and
No
scoots-
look, wrist slap.
Yeah. And you see the better dressed dwarf look at him like with a damn you, stop that. And you're not sure if it's a you know what, give me an insight check because I know you're real good at those.
Bulk is
100
going to pick him up by the back of his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You got a problem, mate? You got sticky fingers, do you?
I was just curious what you had already seen in the library.
Right. So you was gonna like just take what isn't yours.
Aurelia, I will say, damn, Ferris, those silver things hanging around are so cool.
They are. I tell you.
Aurelia,
Greatest thing since sliced bread.
you look around and you see the look on the face of the well-dressed guy is one of like, fuck, why'd you get caught?
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah.
That's very rude. All you had to do with that was ask. I've been nothing but honest and forthright this whole interaction. So I would appreciate if you would please do the same.
Really, you want me to fling him into the sun?
No, not at all. I understand.
I'd like to watch that.
It'd be really hard
I
to hit the sun
understand.
from here. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah,
I don't have to hit it. I'm just aiming at it.
We could
Okay.
try more than once.
I understand how things are done
Ferris, I don't
When
think
it-
we could try more
when
than
it
once.
comes to the nobility, but let's just be straightforward from now on, shall we?
Very,
I'm gonna
yes,
hold him down to her eye level.
Which is still, by the way, like, I'm going to say half a foot off the ground.
Right.
He was shorter than her to
Dangling.
begin with. So yeah, you hold him up and he is just like, sorry.
And I'm truly actually trying to persuade him to be forthright.
Right. And are you aiming this at the thief or at the well-dressed fella?
At both.
At both? Okay.
Yeah.
Just roll me some roll me one persuasion check to see how much they want to now be forthright with you. Oh man.
Do I get any advantage with?
Can I give her advantage because I am giant and
I'll
dangling his coworker?
I'll give you advantage on the thief. Not on the nobleman. He does not give a fuck about this thief.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
All he cares about is that he doesn't get caught with his hand. Oh my god! Hang on.
Nice.
Double threes
Well,
is impressively. That's the odds on that.
I quit.
Like,
Wow.
damn,
Just a bad aura, man. You're
That's-
just not in the right
it's
spot.
impressive. So yeah, no, you're you're gonna hear him say, "Yep, sorry," in the hopes that
Oh, whatever.
put some
You're
down.
full of shit. And I say that like, whatever. You're full of shit.
So then Volk's gonna take him and hold him up to his high level. I'm gonna be like, "You're not gonna try and steal from our friends anymore, are you, mate?" And I'm gonna try and intimidate him.
Yeah, no, roll that for me, because I will say I'll give you advantage as you have him by the scruff.
Okay, let me do
Which
this again.
14's
Cat, I can't
already
see
pretty
through you.
good.
Hold on, let's see if I do any better. Nope, 14 is fine.
All right, and then I'm just gonna roll one.
I don't really mean him harm, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Oof. All right, good. You see his eyes widen, and he's just like shakes his head and like, nope, not gonna do it. That's entirely my fault. I apologize.
Because I'm really interested in trying to see if I can hit the sun with you.
I don't want to see more of the sun, if I'm being completely honest. I'm fine. I appreciate the...
Would you like me to put you down?
You know,
It's...
I've disintegrated people larger than you.
I believe... Oof. I believe you? I would like to be
I've
put...
seen it with my own two eyes.
I would like to be put down, as my shirt is kind of getting uncomfortable around my pits. And I'm a foot off the ground at this point, at least. I like being on the ground.
I'll see. So I'm gonna reach around my other hand and give him a wedgie, and I'm gonna put him down.
Oh. Roll me a d6.
Sure. That's
Oh
good.
no.
No, it's not good.
No, it's not. Because I had already decided in my head what a 1 would be. You reach down into his pants to give him a wedgie. And
He's not wearing any underwear. is
you
he?
get nothing but a little dwarf chocolate on your hand.
Ah. Well, I will wipe that on the back of his oh so precious shirt on the way up. Set him down.
Alright. He is now thoroughly embarrassed, but also kind of just like, you got shit on your hand.
Yeah, but now you got shit on your shirt.
I can wash my shirt. This is the best I
Well,
could
but
ask.
I don't look like I shat myself
This is
in like a fountain.
this is the best I could hope for in this situation. All right.
I'm about to step on your chest.
Honestly,
You should probably leave.
I'm just he just scoots behind the other two and waits for them to be like, cool, we can leave. And at this point, the guy who you assume is on the council is just like, I didn't expect it to go this way. Why is this happening to me? You know what? We can wait on going to the council.
No, right, let's go,
No,
let's go.
no.
Come on.
I'd rather go now.
Yeah, let's get
I'd
it
rather
over
not
with.
get interrupted again in our studies.
Right. As
Fair.
long as none of them try to pickpocket my friend, I won't have to fling anybody against a wall.
Lead the way, buddy.
Okay, yep, let's just... And he starts walking out the door. As he's going, you see him... Hang on, I just need to see one thing just for myself. Just for
We
funsies.
terrify everybody we come into contact with.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's hard to be polite.
Cool. So you see this council member attempt to swat this guy in the back of the head, who sees it coming and ducks. But you just like you know someone's getting in trouble about this.
Yeah, you
As
tell
they
him, mate.
should.
And so you head out of the front door, and you see the other two buildings that you hadn't gone into. One was I think it had like a bunch of pillars around it, and one was just sort of like what we would consider like a 3-story building, which to them is like a skyscraper. And he leads you towards the ones with the columns, where the doors open and you see a half-circle table carved out of some sort of bluish stone, with 5 chairs around it. 4 of the chairs have dwarves of various ages sitting in them. I will say one of them looks particularly younger. He's sitting in the middle. He's kind of got more of like red hair and beard type of dwarf, and you see the empty seat is taken by this council member, who says, I have brought the emissaries of the kingdom. They were in the library. We can now convene the council.
Pleasure to meet you.
And the dwarf in the center is like, all right, so who let you into the city and didn't tell, the council that you are here?
I think it was like Bendover and Tits McGee.
So I'm not gonna lie, we've kind of already gone over this with your buddy. Y'all can go over that later. How about you deal with that issue on your own? Let's just get to the nitty-gritty, shall we? Here's our letter from the king, kind of explaining why we're here. And if y'all can provide some accommodations, that would be lovely. And then we'll go back to the library and keep doing our job. Sound good?
I think it sounds great. Perfect plan.
Just hold a moment. He takes a look at the letter, reads the request, and looks to the others. He's like, well, so the king did send them. It's at least nice to know that, they're not totally lying. What specifically are you looking for in the library? Like, what
find it?
What information?
We're just trying to find any information that might give us a clue as to the magic that's surrounding the big boom.
And
any past mana disasters, things that affected, residuals and
environmental type information over the last 200 years.
Any sort of magic that would invade one's brain, that would make them act strange.
Historical people who might want to use magic that makes brains act strange. Possibly someone with a grudge against a particular city that apparently no longer exists. Research.
All right.
What the fuck are you going to the library for?
Well,
if you're not doing what did you expect we were here for? We were coming here to get all your nudie books?
I assure you, Haxel does not have nudie books in the library.
Hey,
have you looked everywhere?
Everybody's got nudie books, mate. You just don't know where they are.
Well, hold on. He just said that they're not in the library, not that they don't exist here.
Mate, they're in the library. Okay, look, they're in the library.
They're not in the library.
You think he takes them long poops just to take long poops? No. He's got
the rules and the edicts. They can't keep them in the same location.
Thank you.
Look, everywhere has a loose floorboard.
Right,
Or a
exactly.
hidden
See,
compartment in the desk.
She's picking up what I'm putting down, like a waterproof bag in the back of the toilet.
So that's where you keep yours?
Do you want the rest of my answer, don't you?
Silly, we don't have toilets. Yeah.
Beyond the
that's right, you
book
keep it in a waterproof
conversation.
bag with your grundle.
No, it's in the outhouse. We have an outhouse. We don't have toilets, mate. We live like on the side of a fucking mountain. It's kind of hard to do the whole plumbing thing in fucking granite, mate. Anyway, like, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying that most of our libraries concern technologies, not magics. That's normally a part of the elves things. So why are you looking for any possible magics in our library?
So you don't think a giant explosion could be caused by, like, technology or science then? It could only be magic?
No, I said that you are the ones who said you came here looking for a response to what magic might have happened. I
Right.
don't know how we would
we're
have
not ruling
those.
out that we're not ruling out that it isn't magic.
And Varys will refer back to the note. Look, the king asked us to come here and check the library for any records that may have something to do with our situation. We're just looking to see if anything can possibly fit the description.
Right, look, what he said.
Any
Research.
history of a similar situation. That's all we're looking for.
Anything that, like, vibes with a big explosion.
Good use of the word vibes, Bulk.
Gesundheit.
Right. All right. I mean, we can give you permission, but I can't guarantee what you're going to find. Now, what I will say, however, is that as after you've done that, what are your intentions in the city?
I'm probably gonna, like, take a nap and then go pick up this sword that I'm having worked on. I hadn't really planned that far ahead.
And we've got, like, a lot of things to do, so we're just kind of like an in and out sort of thing.
Right, like, we don't have any ill intentions for your city, mate. I'm not, like, invading. Probably gonna do a little shopping and then figure out where we go from here. Or
We will
return to where we came from with the information we gather.
Yeah, we'll contribute to your economy, no problem, man.
Right, yeah, look. Jingle my gold bag. We got money. We're not, like, fucking vagrants.
All right. Fine. I'll let you. We'll let you see at the library. Only. And you see him thinking really hard as to how anything you've said might be something where he could be like, can I get them to leave now before showing them our secrets? You see the wheels turning, but he's just drawing a blank.
In the back, Varys is specifically mentioning, man, we got so many things to look through. We just so much work to go, ground to cover.
Yeah.
Look, mate, listen. Look, we could save each other a bunch of time, right? You could just give us a couple of your research people who know stuff to come here and point out the things that are going to be, like, the most likely to be
Coincide.
the same as the thing we're looking for.
Is that necessary?
Then we'll go.
Though?
I don't think it's necessary. I think we've
look
got
at
this covered.
Bulk
There's
and I just,
so
like,
many
shake
of us.
my head a little bit. I don't think that's really necessary.
You know what? No. Let's have at least one person join you. He looks at the other end of the table as the guy who met you. And you see
Yeah, no, not him.
What about the guy
Yeah, that
that's
doesn't
already in the
fit.
library? Can't he just help us?
I would rather.
I'm fine if another council member is attended
Yeah,
by.
as long as they don't try to
regarding-
rob us this time.
Yeah, I don't really have any faith in that particular
Yeah,
one.
can you send us somebody who's not going to try to rob us?
Whoever you send is going to be coming with me.
He looks over at the guy who went to go get you, and looks back
I
at
mean, I
you
don't want to
again.
hurt that guy. He's fine.
Well, he's the guy who, yeah, and he's just like, right. And he looks at the other end of the table, and he's like, could you just go help them with what they need, and just give them a hand. And, like, he's trying to say this in a way where it's obvious to everyone he means keep an eye on you.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I was like, God damn it, Paul.
So he's just like, right, I can do that. All right. You see him. This particular dwarf has more of like a black beard, but he's got streaks of gray running through all of it. And he's like, right, follow me. I'll take you back to the library, and we'll get you sorted out.
Oh, right, great.
Okay. He stands up, starts walking you guys back, and you hear hushed tones behind you as the Dwarven Council starts talking the instant you guys start to leave. And
What was that? I don't know.
yeah, one of
Strange motherfuckers.
you hear one of them be like, "Why does it smell like an outhouse in here?"
Yeah.
Hulk does that thing where like you put your fingers on the wall as you're just walking down, you know, just kind of making sure he cleans off the rest of it nonchalantly.
Before we leave, can I also ask again about accommodation?
Accommodation, right? Well,
Yes.
our envoys. But
Not
he's
that
like,
we can't pay our way,
no,
but I
but
feel
your
like it shouldn't be necessary.
your emissaries, you should have lodging. Well, I'll have Greybeard. You figure it out. Just basically puts it all on the guy leading you, and he's like, great. Yeah.
You know, if you guys just want to give us a stipend and point us in a direction, we can handle it.
No. It's the council's job to put up any envoys for the night from neighboring nations. We'll handle it.
No, just offering to help out.
Yep. Master Greybeard, please see to it that everything gets taken care of. And the dwarf in front of you guys is just like, right. And he's like, all right, follow me. And he's just, he, kind of walks back. The robe looks a little big on him, if we're being completely honest. This guy does not look as well outfitted as the other guy who had been with you guys.
Okay.
Does he look like a kid wearing a trench coat?
Not quite, just more like
Ill-fitting.
He, if any, as you're looking at him, you just kind of notice in little bits and pieces a little bit of frayed fabric in one spot, and a little
fabric,
little
pants
patch
are a size too big.
little patch on the side, and you kind of gather, all right, so not all council members are equal in terms of wealth at the very least.
Well, that's actually not a good thing. This is not bad at all.
So he leads you on back to the library, where Haxel sits behind his counter and he's like, "Oh, good, you're back." So I found.
Thank you so much. Actually, I was wondering, before you tell us what you found, if you could find one or two more things, potentially, and I'll go over to him and be like, so like, do you have anything on like weather patterns and unusual activity after weather patterns, or natural disasters?
I have some books on the natural sciences. Hang on. And this time, instead of immediately flying off, you see him reach out and grab one of the silvery strands that Varys had been so taken with earlier. For a second, close his eyes, put it back, let it go, and then he zips off. And
In your decimal system.
See, I've been looking at the right thing the whole time.
And he zips off and then zips back, and he's like, okay, have 2 books on earthquakes, a book on air patterns after explosions. I have I didn't really have a lot on the origins of Dragonfolk, so all I really have is this kind of old children's story, and then I have I didn't have any full books on the Snow Elves. I had an old missive from them, but that's all I had. And then before then, I didn't really have I don't really have anything prior to like roughly, 2,800 years ago. But
Beautiful.
that's
Can I hand like the two things that he came back with to the newbie, the council member? Like, and what was your name again?
I'm Alvin Greybeard. I'm the
Alvin,
patriarch of the Greybeard clan.
Yeah. Well, this table's kind of taken up, but if you want to sit like right over there and go through these books, that would be really helpful.
Which
So Mean Girls.
which books did you hand him specifically? The ones that he just went and got on earthquakes?
The ones
and
about
shit?
weather.
Yeah. Okay. So he gives you. Hey, you know what? We're just gonna. It's D&D. We're gonna rule by dice here. Okay. He's like, you know what? It's fine. I'll just do that here. I'll be doing my reading right here. I'll stand, and he doesn't go any actual distance. He just stands like maybe 6 inches behind you guys. Or well, nah, that's a little uncomfortable. Let's say a foot. He backs off you guys like a foot and just stands there, going through the book.
I'm gonna walk over to him while he's doing that. And I'm going to be like, mate, look, I'm not so good with the reading. Can I help you? Because, like, I don't know much about all this library shit. You know, like, we don't have one of these. So can you and me, like, we work together? Come over here by the light, because I can't see that well in the dark. I don't have dark vision. And I'm gonna try and like
you're gonna try and
guide him
convince
away
him to
and
teach you to read.
Well, no. My plan above board is to surreptitiously get him away from them so they can do what they're trying to do, and he's distracted helping me, go through this stuff. I'm gonna try and interspace the fact that I'm outside and in the weather and nature all the time to be useful to him.
Right.
Meanwhile, standing between him and them.
Nothing that you've specifically said is a lie.
Right.
So I'm gonna have you roll persuasion for me.
Okay.
That would actually be super helpful.
If you could teach him a couple of words while you're at it, that'd be great.
Yeah, we've been trying to get him to start a dream diary, actually, and he was so confused.
That's right. Oh,
He didn't
God.
understand what a diary was at all, to be honest.
He didn't. It was bad.
So, God damn it
I
all.
thought that was what happened when you ate bad food.
No, that's dairy diarrhea.
That's not the same word.
Well, that's what you thought it was.
So yeah, he's just like, right, of course I'll help you. That's what I'm here to do, is to help you. So I'll help you out, and we'll work on that. And he goes over begrudgingly to this table with you, as he is just like real struggling to try and like think of a different way of doing this, to be like, man, is there any way I can figure this out? But he just wanders over with you, and he's like, so he's he starts going like, all right, so an earthquake is what happens when two of the planet's crusts kind of bump into each other. He starts trying to explain earthquakes to Bulk.
And Bulk's like, right, like, say, hey, mate, have you ever seen lightning strike the ground? Did you know it leaves like a specific kind of pattern? Could something like that have anything to do with it? Like, did it hit a ley line or something like? And so, like, he's gonna just kind of be paying attention, but like every couple of seconds, intersperse him and interrupt him, like just to keep him off balance.
So as that's all going on,
You know, he'll be Bulk.
yeah, you're gonna continue to be Bulk while the others pour over the Snow Elves missive and the storybook that they had on Dragonkin. So I'm not gonna make you guys do rolls for that. So the kids, which do you look at first?
I would think the snow elf probably, because it has to do with the cube.
Okay. So the missive looks to be written in even though it is Elvish, it looks to be an older form of Elvish. Woo, all right.
What the heck?
Ginger. But yeah, so he the missive says it looks to be in an older form of Elvish, but enough that you can still, anyone who can read Elvish can still parse out what it's trying to say.
I can read Elvish, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I... Yeah. Yes, I can also read Elvish.
Okay, so all three of you can...
Cannot read or speak Elvish at all.
Damn, that's rough, because, you know, that would have made your lessons really difficult. No wonder you left.
Jesus.
I don't speak the language. I don't want to go to this school anymore.
But anyways, so you read this, and you see, the missive says, from what you can tell, the missive is about, possibly returning, requesting that, the library return a power source to the Snow Elf Monarch, or what was it? That you return a power source that isn't specified in the missive, but it says you must return the core to the monarch or he will leave his throne. And as far as you can tell, that from the wording of it, you gather that it's almost like a threat.
Have you ever heard like an elk mating call, mate? It's like this terrifying, high-pitched scream in the middle of the night.
Have not heard an elf mating call. I'm not trying to.
It's like that.
No. I'm all right. If you, Ferris, if you're actually gonna do this, you gotta give me a sleight of hand check.
Outstanding. Oh my god, I thought it was what?
Can I assist by giving them some pointers?
I feel like you should get advantage because
I'm still
he's
gonna.
distracted.
I was gonna say it can be. Yeah, it can be at advantage anyways, because he is currently very distracted, but... Yeah, do one more for me there, Varys. What
You
we
ever seen
got?
Dumb and Dumber?
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Yeah. He notices you slip the sign onto his back, and doesn't respond to it, other than to rip it off his back.
I make the ink go invisible right when he notices, so he doesn't actually know that it says anything. It just looks like a blank piece of paper.
He, not seeing
I could do
anything
that.
on the paper, is just like, I don't know why he did this, but all right, and just gets over it and is like, and continues talking this inane talk with Bulk.
I mean, right now it's that scene from Dumb and Dumber where he's like, "You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?"
I really do not.
Screams in the guy's ear.
Mm-hmm. So you go over the elf missive first. Gathered that the library at one point had some sort of core or power source, which the Snow Monarch had threatened to have returned to them. As for the book, it's a quick little read, where it says the three gods, the three creators of this world, once fought a great calamity from a rift. One died. One flew into the rift to fight the enemy on the other side, and one shattered. And from the pictures in the book, you can see they look to be different colored dragons that were doing this. Very big, and you can and it says from the body of the one who died, the new race did arise, and it shows a couple of drawings that look kind of like Haxel but in different colors, walking from a mound lying on the ground, and it says from the shattered, silence and power came, and you see different shattered, basically different little geometric shapes, because it's a kid's book. So it's like you see a diamond, like a little rhombus just floating off and they're separating and getting scattered. And it says, and then it says, the rift closed and the last was never seen again. And And it ends by saying, if the world were ever in danger again, the North would the North would protect what's left.
So my father and his friends have a particular way they like to hunt elks. They call it knife hunting, and it's really dangerous because elks are like 800 pounds, and they're very fast. There can be herds of up to like 400 at a time, mate. So what they do is they run them through the forest.
Oh, I believe they did.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna slide like an extra peanut buttery s'more in front of him.
He just looks down at it, looks up at you with fire in his eyes, like, thank you.
I just show him more fire. And I give him that really, like, uncomfortable, intense stare.
Yeah, he's looking back at you like, I swear my life was normal before this.
It'll be normal again after we leave, but you'll never forget.
So because they're really fast, what my father and his friends will do is they will come at him from like a semicircle in the woods, and they try and like wrestle it to the ground, and they have to kill it with their knife. They can't use any ranged weapons.
You see him
I really
holding
hope
his
Bulk
head.
is drawing a diagram with this.
He looks at you, he's like, you
really bad stick figures.
You talk about elk like my son talks about his inventions. Stop.
Who's your son?
He makes adventures.
Would
they be good for hunting elk?
That wasn't my point. I was not talking about elk. As far as I'm concerned, I never want to talk about elk again. My son could not stop talking about inventing things, but he left to pursue his own interests a long time ago. I think he went to Pupperduke, but
what was he
I
trying
don't
to
think he was
invent,
still
mate?
there. I don't know anything that came to his mind. He would talk about all of his little levers, his gears, his torques, oh god, so much stuff. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I like stone. Keep me with stone.
You're just not like a very supportive father, is really what I'm hearing here.
It's not that. It's just that I didn't understand, and he didn't. I just asked him to. I wasn't pushing my interests on him, but I didn't want his interest pushed on me either.
Sure. I mean, like, but he's your kid, and you should probably, like, support his dreams and his efforts because, you know, he could, like, turn out to be really successful. But I assume you just probably haven't, like, talked to him in a really long time, and you probably shunned your kid, and yeah, it can be really damaging, but...
Right, do you know why I know this much about elk, mate? Because my father took an interest in my interests when I was young.
That's lovely. That is lovely for you. Look, Werbin and I have our own relationship. It does not concern you.
Behind him, I'm just looking at Aurelia like, is it baby?
Is it what?
Corbin's his baby.
It's that guy's dad.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
You know,
Son's with us.
I'm gonna look over at these two. Did you guys get everything you needed? Do I need to keep distracting this guy? I'm running out of random elk facts.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say is, like, I would be taking notes, but not like full notes. More like
you'd be taking the minutes.
Notes with a bunch of pictures involved, where, like, if anyone but me was trying to read it, they would probably be very, very confused.
So then,
because I assume my spellbook notes would be of a similar vein because I wouldn't want anyone to be able to read my spellbook and understand the spells I'm trying to make.
Right.
Right. So I'm kind of used to it.
All right. Since you're saying it's in the language that's in your spellbook, roll me just for the sake of it, roll me Arcana. I'm gonna allow it either way. I just want to see how in depth your notes are coded. Oh, they are doodles at best. Got it. But I understand the purpose, so we're just gonna allow it. I just wanted to mainly see.
So instead, it's more like, and y'all probably know this because some of you also have pretty bad ADHD, where when you're listening to a school lecture and you should be taking notes, but instead of taking notes, you're doing doodles in place of the notes, and the doodles kind of represent things that happened during that lecture. And you think going back, you'll be able to remember what happened during the lecture based on the doodles, and like sometimes it works, and sometimes not so much. I don't know if y'all ever had that same experience. I definitely.
May have absolutely done it during a work meeting today.
I was more the ADHD where if I wasn't doing something at the same time, I wouldn't remember what happened in class. So I was constantly like reading a book or doing anything other than pay attention because that was what helped me pay attention.
Exactly. So I'm like I would doodle, but the doodles would sometimes correlate to the notes.
You have several pictures of your magic instructor in there. Just with angry eyes and zappy fingers.
We're like, vines going up the page, and then a giant swirl.
Yeah. Yep.
One of those weird figure 8 S things.
Yes.
100%.
Oh, I drew so many of those.
Still do.
Yeah, I could do it by heart. Oh God, that's amazing.
So easy to draw.
It was a
satisfying.
What a time to be alive. But
you ever contribute to like the one that was carved into the desk and you just run your pen through it all class?
I would do it with colored ink.
I'm helping,
Yeah. I'm contributing to this art piece by leaving it here forever.
And then I would also want to try and make a copy of the map, like a small one.
A copy of the map, right? So you make a copy of the map, and as you're making this copy, you see you're looking a little more closely at it as you're doing this, and you see the letters T-O next to it, with like a dot after each of them.
Okay.
I'm specifying the
Oliphant.
So yeah. He's like, cool. And then so as this all happens, this guy's like, awesome. How much do you want to know about earthquakes and explosions?
Yeah, give me a rundown. Does anything weird happen like immediately following?
So, depending on the size of the explosion, there can be a storm afterwards, where the heat rises up and creates like storm clouds. That you can, depending on the size of the explosion, you can feel the quake, up to a couple of miles away, but most people haven't created an explosion big enough for that, even as a test, because they don't want to destroy too many things. As for earthquakes, normally there are, because of plates in the crust, banging against each other or slipping against one another. On occasion, it can happen as either an omen or a magical consequence.
Mhm.
Does that help you at all?
A little bit, actually. Are there any points where it would have been felt
Uh,
in this land? Geography was not my best subject in school. I don't know about you.
And he's like, well, for the folks that we know about, there's one, there aren't any running particularly through the continent itself. There's one running up each side of the continent that you know, explorers have found in the ocean, but those are where the two main fault lines are. There is a third, but it goes through the southern half of the continent. It doesn't reach up here. So technically, you know, I don't really know where you'd feel. Like you'd either feel it on one coast or the other.
Yeah, I wonder if they were working on something that they shouldn't have been and set something off.
I mean, that's definitely a possibility. You know, there's always you know, groups doing different kinds of research all over the place. I mean, Trigeron was more of a port town, though. They were more focused on stuff just passing through. But I suppose they could have been doing some sort of research, or maybe research was being transported. I don't know.
Interesting. Trying to think if there's anything else we really need from this area.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of anything else that particularly came from around there that would cause such a thing. You know, it doesn't seem like it, like, even just based on the cloud fog, it doesn't seem like a natural phenomenon.
Are there any forms of technology that have been able to manipulate weather on a large scale?
We haven't really had anyone work with weather, you know, beyond the occasional, you know, something to make it rain in case of a drought, but like that's about it. You know, we have there's a couple of farms that are nearby that have not like a storm generator or anything, but you know,
like a rain charm, yeah.
like a rain charm, basically, yeah. Because magic works outside of here. It just doesn't work here.
Why is that again?
He looks around like, I'm not sure if I should be telling them this. So all that we know is that there are some form of protections on the city that seem to either dampen magic or you know, depending on the person, cause it to backfire. But
You know, I wonder what would happen if we brought someone here that was under the effect of the cloud.
Into the library?
No, into the city.
Right. Oh, okay. No, that makes more sense.
I mean, it could dampen the effect.
Oh, hold on. Look, we're not trying to do anything nefarious, mate. We really just want to help. So, like, I don't want you to be afraid of us. We're really just here to help.
Look, I understand, but we are our own separate nation from the Canids. Like,
Right, do you think the explosions care about that?
I'm not saying that they care about it. I'm just saying that there are certain national secrets that I'm not sure I should share.
Mate,
We're
I'm
good
probably not going to remember.
secret
Look, I'm probably
You
not going to
don't-
remember anything you tell me. I'm just trying
You
to get to the bottom
remember
of this.
if you remember anything, like you remember Elk, then
I
I don't
It, like,
believe
takes
you.
up all the room.
Listen,
Do you know? Look, they can live to be 20 years old. Did you know that? They walk on their tippy toes. They only use their dew claws for like rough terrain. Did you know that? Do you want me to
He
go on?
looks
That's
up
all
to
that's up in here,
heaven.
mate.
he looks up to heaven, just like, smite me, just smite me, just do it. But he's like, all right. Look, we know that there's something under the library. Don't know how to get to it, but it seems to be like a magic dampening something or other. And it keeps, like once you enter the mouth of the city, that's where most people's magic gets cut off. It still exists in like crystals and things like that, or gems that can be put into technology or enchanted onto equipment, but it can't come from a person. That's all we got.
Right. Okay, so like, see, the other problem that's been going around is people being just like pants on head crazy and trying to attack people for no reason. And if you whack them in the head hard enough, they like stop. So maybe if we drug a couple of them back here, with the permission of the city and the guards being aware, we could maybe stop it and figure out more about it without having to injure people.
I mean, that's a distinct possibility. I'll talk to the council about it for you if you want, but are you suggesting bringing dangerous folk into the city and just releasing them?
Maybe just
What?
one.
No, what? Like, no, we're not going to.
Maybe just one.
Like just one person as an experiment. To
Let it
see
go, and I'll chase it and tackle it if it gets out of hand.
Have you seen this guy? He'll keep him under control. I mean, he's large.
It's not like I don't believe you. I'm just...
Mate, I stopped at like a canid sex shop on the way here, and I got this big leash and collar. It's all right. I can keep anything at bay. Wrap it around his chest. It's not a big deal.
Wait.
I'll talk to the council about it.
Ever.
Yeah, I don't... Listen, I would have assumed that it was for, like, some fucking elk pet at this point. But anyway...
he doesn't keep them as pets. He uses
kill
them for food and materials.
Right, see, she knows.
Did you review how to skin them with him?
Oh, no, right. You want to hang them upside down?
I will end myself here.
I don't know. Maybe you should call your son first before you do such a drastic thing.
I don't think he would care. Anyway, the only other pertinent fact to your investigation I can think of is that the library was here before the rest of the city. The city was built around the library, not the other way around. It's the only other thing I could possibly think. Can I go now?
Does the library have a basement?
One last question.
Not that we found.
is the library liable to explode and destroy the whole city?
It has lasted for longer than the Dwarf Kingdom, so I'm going to say probably not.
Maybe. Right, okay.
Question. Is the dragon folk, lizard folk buddy here?
Yeah, Haxel's still there.
Hey,
Laughing?
hey, Haxel. So, this came up, and I am just curious. I don't want to see them, but
You cut off.
What is your question?
No, she's laughing.
I understand she's laughing, but as Haxel, I'm like, what do you want to see?
She'd like to know if you have any secret books you hide anywhere.
no. I'm sorry. Do you keep nudie books here, or like dirty books?
Why?
See, Abani knew exactly where I was going, and then I lost it because she started laughing. It's all your fault, ma'am.
You're welcome.
He specifically is like, what on earth would I want to look at naked things for?
I mean, I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. If nothing floats your boat, that's cool too. I get it.
No, I don't. Look, no.
Because if you didn't have any, I was gonna say, I'm sure that we can go someplace else and bring something back for you.
Would appreciate if you didn't ever do that.
You can get like an Elfie fans account.
He's just like, no, I don't want. No, not my thing. Just no. I listen. If I liked people enough to like their bodies, I wouldn't stay in my library for like 1,500 years.
This is true.
Like, I figure you wouldn't have nudie pictures of people, would you, mate? You'd have nudie like lizard pictures.
No,
He's not wrong.
I still wouldn't. I would rather look at books. And just
Do you have
books.
nudie book pictures?
No.
Do you like take the covers off?
No, I would never do that to a
Do
book.
you have
That is
have photos
disgusting.
with their corners folded?
Guys.
That-
Are you a dog eater? Are you a dog eater?
It's
No.
Absolutely
it's
not.
the thing. I've heard of it. It's called Ace. It's fine.
And to be fair, yes, he is 100% Ace. I don't care what headcanon you go with. I've made an Ace character as my librarian.
That's funny. Look, man, I just wanted to make sure if he wasn't getting his jollies, that he was going to be able to get his jollies, okay?
His jollies are definitely gotten.
His jollies are sniffing a book.
Oh,
You know that new book smell?
No, the new book smell
And that
sucks.
old
The
book
old
smell?
book smells where it's at, bro.
Yeah.
You
that
ever
old
walk into a
book-
public library? That's the smell.
Oh, God.
But yeah. Yes, it is. It's awful. Anyways.
Just me thinking out loud. The thing underneath the library is probably the power source that the snow elves wanted. So it sounds like they never got it back.
right.
So I'm thinking we stay here, have a little dinner with our new friends, send this other wiener off to not be here, and then, go and find the basement entrance to the library and see if we can find the power source.
Do we want to do that yet, though?
I mean, we could just find the entrance. We don't have to, actually get the power source. We could just information gather.
I just want to confirm. You're saying all this in front of the guy from the
No,
council. Okay.
we're out of character and it's very obvious.
All right.
Yeah, this is out of character. Way out of character.
Okay. Just wanted to confirm because if you were, he was going to be like, look, we already looked and we're dwarves. We know about stone and rock and shit and we couldn't find it.
Yeah, I don't think he's that intelligent, so...
Everyone has their own unique source of knowledge that they are good at. He's a stone. He's a dwarf.
I think his is just abandoning his wonderful, wonderful son.
Listen, just because you have daddy problems does not mean that everyone does.
Oh god. So, who wants a drink?
God, yes.
And I like loop an arm around the council member, Dalen or whatever his name is. Listen, you're coming for drinks, right?
I
I'll
could
treat.
really, I could use a drink. I could use a drink so
Please
badly.
tell me he's gonna be our best friend by the end of this night.
So like as we're walking out of the place, Bulk's gonna grab like 5 gold out of his pouch and slide it into his pocket and be like, "Thanks for being a good sport, mate. Buy yourself something nice."
Oh, I appreciate it, but I can't take that. That would be bribing a council member. And while it's not a problem for you, I would get in trouble. So you keep your gold. You can buy me a drink with it if you want.
I mean, is it getting in trouble if, and hear me out here, nobody finds out about it?
I know about it.
I'll pick it up what you're putting down, mate. I'll get it. I'll get it. He puts 5 more gold in his pocket.
Can I insight check this conversation, just see like, is he actually like worried about the council finding out, or is he more like actually think it's a violation of like him trying to take his job seriously?
Go ahead and give me that insight check.
I'm curious. Oh, good.
Oh my god, even with advantage tonight, you suck.
That was beautiful.
Damn. All right. God.
I have no idea.
Yeah, you try and get a read on him, but you're used to more expressive faces than dwarves, so you just kind of having trouble seeing through the beard. I don't know what to tell you, man.
So sad.
So
did you need me to purposefully singe off some of that beard so you can see better?
God.
That would be a legitimate crime in dwarf society.
It would be an accident. I don't know my own strength. It's messing with my magic.
The magic that you can't currently do?
Well, is the fire magic or is the fire innate ability?
It's both. You're innately magic.
You're bald right now.
No, the fuck I'm not.
No,
I have a scarf.
No, what you didn't. So this is what Ginger missed last week when we got here. Was you currently have a pixie cut because your magic is dampened.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if it was bald or pixie cut. I thought it was bald for a second.
You had specifically said in chat, no, it looks great.
Yeah. You pull it off, for sure.
There we go. That was what it was. So, yeah.
I just don't think I have the right face shape for it.
Yeah, big head, little arms.
I tried to put the scarf on. My hair just came through it.
Covering your hair is normally a difficult challenge. With it shorter, it's a little easier, but even still, you're like, you know it's there.
Are my cleric spells dampened in the same way as my arcane spells are?
I would say, I'm partially because we just haven't tested it out, but also, like you feel the dampening on your arcane power, so you feel like you couldn't cast something like the chill touch or whatever, but you know, maybe you could cast, other stuff like healing things. You're not 100% sure on that.
Okay. Just curious.
And as you're walking to, because he did say he was going to set you guys up for the night.
Where are we headed, buddy?
So he leads you on this winding path through the different buildings, and you reach a place where it doesn't, like, you guys know what seedy type places look like, or rough traveler type places look like, and this is definitely not one of those, but you can also tell it's not like a 5-star hotel. This
Bring us to business class.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
a fucking Holiday Inn.
He's like, all right, we're gonna go in here. I'm going to talk to the proprietor and get you guys. How many rooms do you normally get? 1, 2, 4?
Two's fine. I mean,
As long as it's like double beds, we can do 2, yeah.
All right.
I'm not spooning with Varys.
I look up at Bulk and I go, I'm the big spoon.
Sure you are, mate.
It would be a new experience for Bulk.
I think I'd just be cold.
Be careful your foot doesn't slip below his waistband.
So he's like, all right, let's go in. This time it does feel more like a dwarf specific facility. So Bulk, you do have to duck your head in to get in. Once you're inside, he's like, right, council's sporting 2 rooms, 2 beds each room, food and board for the night. How long are you staying?
probably not too long.
Probably only a couple days at most.
All right.
We got to figure this thing out, mate. We're kind of on the move.
No, right. I need to tell him how long you're staying.
4 days.
Fair enough. For 4 days.
And we'll let him know if we're going to leave earlier.
That'll be between you and them. And
book in that for me, eh?
he's like, just he looks at this guy, he's like, just send the council the bill. Feel free to add a charge every time this man talks about elk.
Oh, speaking of, do you have beds big enough for him?
Mate, what are you talking about? I don't know anything about elk.
The murderous glare he gives you could melt concrete if given enough time, but
You see a massive tattoo that looks like elk antlers on his chest.
Yeah. But the proprietor of the place is just like, so we may not have a big enough bed for him, but I figure if we lay enough beds together, we can accommodate him.
Hey, Bulk, you can sleep on the floor so everybody else in the place can have a bed. Is that cool?
I'm not sleeping on no stone floor. What do you think?
It's
No, just
fine,
like get me like
fine.
a cot I can put like at the end, like a T, and then I can put my feet up on
Just
it.
not.
It'll be fine.
Don't worry. We're going to take very good care of you, as you are guests of the council. Not to worry. And he's already like waving someone over and is like, room 8. We're gonna stack. And he looks you up and down, like just fully eyeing you up. We're gonna stack. We're gonna turn the one bed to the side and put 4 beds side to side, and that will accommodate our guest here.
How small are these fucking beds?
Well, I'm
Like
saying
4
wide.
feet long.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
wide ways.
Right.
So wide. So you're gonna have, a decent amount of room this way, but it would only be this, and they're
Yeah, I'll
stacking
just
it so
kinda
that
lay
they
on
don't
it on
have
a
headboards.
diagonal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's planning on you laying horizontally across 4 beds.
Right. I mean, look, you could just do a real big hammock. That would work too. Like, it might be easier.
We don't have any hammocks on hand, unfortunately. We have
Right.
we do have spare beds, as there are certain rooms that aren't being used at the moment, so there is no problem here.
Oh,
And you see
big
him
stone framed beds.
You see him surreptitiously take 2 keys out of their holes and hide them in his pocket as he takes out then 2 more keys and hands one to each of you. And he's like, so dinner's going to be served at Orange, and then
Wait.
At
Is that like?
Orange?
Did you have a stroke?
no.
At Orange Lights.
Orange light from the hole. We don't really have accurate time down here, so we just go by people go by sunlight. Sunlight's at the top of the hole. We don't have sunlight everywhere here, so we call it orange. Or, most of the day is white. Morning is normally a reddish.
Oh, that makes sense.
How does that work for colorblind dwarves?
They're
there's
normally
no
told the
such thing.
time by others. It's why we have clans. We support
What you
each
should
other.
do, right, is get like a spinny thing that like coincides and it says the word across. It's like, reddish, red, yellow, orange, and it just kind of spins.
We'll look into it.
I'm a fucking genius, mate.
I completely agree, sir. He says in his best customer service voice as he leads you guys to your rooms.
Look back at the council member. We'll be right back for those drinks. Don't leave.
He's just like, it's fine. I'll just be in the tavern section. He goes. You see him hang a right, and
Then beeline for the door when he thinks we're out of sight.
No, he's. So, in answer to Aurelius' earlier insight check, he does actually think that he's just trying to do his job to the best of his ability. He's not actually trying to be a dick or anything, but there are certain things where it's like, man, you rub certain cultures the wrong way. So, he's doing his best. And then, yeah, he, so basically, at this point, he, you're led to your rooms, and you can, go ahead and take a look at, any of the notes you had today, anything you want to do. You are free to move about the cabin.
I want to meet the bartender. I need to know what they're like.
You you need to know if it's a woman you need to hit on.
Yeah, I do.
So you head down to the tavern. You see Alan Greybeard sitting at the bar, head in hands, drink in front of him, empty already.
Before I even sit next to him, I changed my voice. And I'm just like, rough day at work, buddy.
He's like, I have so much knowledge in my head about something I never wanted to know. And he, puts a sidelong glance to who he thinks he's talking to, and he sees you, and he's just like... just breathes out this distressed sigh.
She's got Aurelia right behind her, who just waves at him.
Lovely to see you. Looks like you got yourself settled in record time.
Well, where there is a bar, we do appear quickly.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, he just calls. He's like, Jason. Jason. You see a dwarf, who does look to be wearing a decent bartender's outfit. He's got a vest, a white shirt. You can't see a bow tie because even though he's put braids in his beard to try and control it a little bit and look more dignified, the central braid still covers whatever might be around his neck. And you see him walk up. Hi, how can I help you? What are we having tonight?
He needs something strong. It's on us.
He looks at the empty glass and he's like, Alan, I can't send you home to the missus. Rough again. I got in trouble for that last time. Take it easy.
We'll cover for you. Really, we'll take all the blame. It's kind of our fault he's this stressed out.
He takes the glass, pulls a bottle of an amber liquid, and in a bottle behind the bar, pours it into the glass, and puts it in front of Alan again. He's like, "All right, you two, what are we having?"
She'll need your cocktail menu.
A cocktail. I assume that's like a mixed drink? Why would you have a mixed drink and say it's a cock? I don't understand.
Yeah, we don't get it either, but is what it is, man.
Alright, I'll be honest, most of the mixed drinks we have here are mixed with whiskey.
Perfect.
Sounds
Give me
delicious.
3.
Alright. You see him pour, he takes an ice cube out of the freezer, takes the bar spoon, smacks it into the cup to crush the ice just a little bit, and then pours in some whiskey, and takes a smaller bottle and shakes some drops into it, stirs it around, and then pulls a fruit, takes the peel, it peels off a little bit of it, and squeezes the peel so that it spritzes over the drink and slides it in front of you.
It was just whiskey with flavor.
It's an old-fashioned.
Isn't there something else in an old fashioned besides whiskey, like vermouth or
There's
something?
bitters.
Oh, bitters.
Yeah, it's just
okay.
bitters. Yeah.
Yeah, it's whiskey and bitters with an orange peel, spritz for flavor, and he puts it in front of you, and he's like, "All right, there you go. Just be careful, cause fire whiskey can be a bit rough on anyone who hasn't had it yet."
I'm sure it's fine.
Bulk flatly stares at him, like, "Are you sure you know what you're doing, mate?"
I
Look,
gave
it's
her the
been
mixed
fine
drink that
the
he
last couple of times I've drank.
I gave her the mixed drink that she asked for. That's what I'm supposed to do, all right?
I drink it down.
You
Boy.
all
Bulk
right.
watches in trepidation.
The first sip, you don't really get like a strong kick of taste off of it, but then once it's out of your mouth, you feel the fire part of the dwarven fire whiskey as it like it almost feels like a gas is escaping your mouth. Roll me. I'm gonna say, do you down the whole thing in one? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm
No,
doing it.
no, but I'd take like a big gulp.
Take a big gulp. All right, give me your Constitution, which famously is great, especially when you're rolling this well in the evening.
Am I doing an ability check or a savings throw?
I don't think it makes a difference for you.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Either, really.
Hey, that's not
I
too
mean,
bad.
That's
That's a
better than you've
positive.
ever rolled on Constitution before.
That's
Congratulations,
that's
your liver is getting worse.
above.
So you take this first sip, and you're like, it's pretty. Like you even get a note of the orange flavor in there, and you're just like, all right, I could hang with it. I'm good. I got this. You do feel slightly fuzzy in the head area, but not too great, not bad yet. Not to the point where you black out like you have before.
Are there any other dwarves in here who just watched a tiny elf walk in and be like, "Whiskey"?
I will say there's a
The
couple.
knock back like a fucking gumshoe style draw off the damn thing. Like she's working a hard murder case.
I'll say there's one or two dwarves in here. It's still a little before dinner, so it's a little early for the crowd to really be kicking in. But there's like one or two in here who've had their own rough days, and they see this. I want to say Aurelia's like, I think you had described her as being like, is she 5 foot? Is she 5'6"? Where's she at?
No, she's like average. So yeah, like 5'6".
5'6". So they see this still taller than them elf come in at 5'6", in like heavy armor, being like, "This lady looks like she can hang. This lady looks like she can hang. She's an elf, but we can work with it. she looks prepared." And they see her knock this drink back.
Heavy armor.
So they see her knock this drink back, and they're just like, all right. They've actually gained a little bit of respect for her.
Hell yeah.
I will say Elin takes a sip of this, and the fumes coming off the drink actually like make her hair flare up for a second as she knocks it back.
My power's restored.
And I will, at least partially for the moment, until the alcohol leaves your system. But
probably do this too.
But the I will say that for once, the alcohol seems to be having more of an effect on you than it normally does, and you just you know what feeling tipsy is like by comparison to Aurelia. So you're just like, all right, it's got a kick, and you look over at Aurelia, you're like, all right, we might be safe this time. Bolt drinks
All
it.
I say is like, that's kind of spicy.
Bolt drinks it like it's water.
I like the fact that my role was yours put together.
Yeah, it was. Like, honestly, you like the taste of it. It does have more of a spice to it than the beers and ales that you're normally used to. But
it's got a much better flavor than the liquor we make with fermented elk's milk.
Yeah, but you're just, it's, your body is so big that the ale's just the whiskey's just like, it's like a bullet bouncing off your chest and you're fucking Superman.
I would have to drink a lot more.
You would have to drink a hell of a lot more to make it hurt you.
Yeah.
I feel like Aurelia looks back at Bulk and is like, elks make milk?
All mammals make milk.
But like milk?
Oh, I'm not sure what you mean by that is milk. It comes out
Aurelia,
of their teats.
Don't try and milk an elk, Aurelia. Don't.
Alan looks and he's like, wait.
No interest in that.
It's not like the males that you're milking, right? Because that's not milk. I'm going to tell you that right now.
What makes you think we'd make beer with elk semen?
Listen, you said milk, and that it came from elks, and you didn't specify it was the females. I don't know how much you know about milk.
When elks have like a baby, they hide it, right? So there's gonna be many of the female elks around, so that it can feed, because they keep it safe in like the center of the herd. So it's pretty easy to find the females. They don't have antlers.
No, I remember you saying that they don't have antlers. I've remembered that. That fact is burned into my brain.
Yeah, maybe we should start elk bar trivia.
No.
But yeah, long story short, yeah, if you take elk milk and you take like a couple of other things, I'm not a brewer. I think you take ale and like you let it ferment in the ale for like a week or two. It becomes like extremely potent, but it tastes awful. But it's really get you drunk a lot fast. But it's awful. It's like if you drank straight Everclear, but like you put a cigarette out in it first.
Oh goddamn!
It's fucking gross.
That sounds pretty bad.
It's pretty
Serious?
bad, mate.
Are
Why
you
do you
gonna
think
go
I'm always
white girl
drinking ale? It's just easier.
And as you guys watch Alan drink himself into a stupor for the night, I think that's where we're gonna end the stream. Until next week, you guys have discovered some new facts about the world. You know more about what you're looking for, and you have
more about
ideas.
elks.
We have so many more facts about elks that I purposely tuned out. Just as playing Alan, I was like, nope, I don't care.
As a note, as he's getting drunk,
Mm-hmm.
I also am like not interrogating him, but like low key trying to be a friend and like trying to get his whole story. Like, how long have you been a council member? If it's not ageist, how old are you? You said you have a wife. How's the wife? Do you just have the one kid? Do you have more? Like,
Also, what
Just-
happened to Rublin's kid? Like, we just kind of let him.
You
We
left
left
him
him
at
with
the
the-
sword shop, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you left him with the smith.
Okay.
Right, he was helping him get some fucking ore together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that...
Yeah, safe and away from most danger.
yeah, not something to deal with today, but just as a note, I'm
Yeah, I'll...
spending the evening just interrogating all of the personal interest.
I'll,
All right. Did anybody else have a final word?
I'll try and come up with a paragraph to send you on Alan Greybeard.
All right, then I guess that's it for us tonight, guys. Looks like we're wrapping it up, and we will be back hopefully on Sunday doing this again. Hopefully Ginger will be home by then. And we should be here tomorrow. At least some of us. We'll figure it out then. But for now and until then, we'll see all y'all next round.